And September 11th at 8 o'clock in the evening at Patao, China, there's an 8th sighting since June of this craft, which kind of looks like, and I have a picture, the other craft we saw, the guy looking across from Canal Island. The incident began with a bright light in the sky moving erratically. Very similar to what our guy saw, a bright orange light. The HOHOT air traffic control saw the object on radar. The sighting lasted nearly an hour and then it vanished. Again, there's been 8 of those. There's that object, China. There was one in Mexico in 2005. This is 2010. They all have that same slant, the same lighting configuration. There's our blown up picture with the same slant to it. They all seem to slant that way. I don't know why. Higher on the left than the right. Now, I'm a pilot. We know to look for the lights. Lights are on an aircraft in a certain position so you can tell the relative movement so you don't crash into each other. Planes and boats use the same lighting configuration. A white tail light, a white light on the stern or the rudder. You have a red light on the left, wingtip or the left part of the boat, and a green light on the right. FAA says you have to have a flashing beacon, anti-collision beacon, either aviation red or aviation white. Now, what can we learn from this picture here? Well, if there are 2 separate lights flashing, they're flashing at exactly the same time. If it's a steady light, you would see a streak. Is this a picture of a band of different color lights around the perimeter of a craft? Because if we go back for this object, and another one in the future shows it even better, we can't make out any red lights up there, but we see that band of white in a straight line. And there we have it again. This was one that was filmed in China at Crazy Airport. The Nash Fruitberry sighting was probably one of the top 5 sightings here in Maryland. Happened over Chesapeake Bay, actually down towards Virginia, July of 1952. What's remarkable about this sighting is that these were both commercial pilots, pilot and co-pilot. They were trained by the military for anti-submarine warfare and identifying subs, predator foe, and also military aircraft. So they knew what they were looking at. The incidents happened right at the same time frame that I believe Rob is going to talk about later of the wave of 1952 over D.C. So this was right around that time frame, and this was in our Chesapeake Bay. It was pretty much covered extensively by the media, and it was also looked into by Project Blue Book. The official explanation is unknown. We have a pilot, 2 pilots flying a commercial aircraft looking down. They had reference looking at the ground as well as their horizon, so they could see what they were looking at clearly. And what they saw in the sighting lasted about 12 or 15 seconds. But the disc A were coming down towards their relative position. They flipped over, did like a pancake, did a flip, turned 30 degrees instantaneously, were joined by 2 other objects, and shot off into the distance. It was pretty hard to say these guys were credible due to the fact that they were military trained and they were commercial pilots as well, and there was extensive media coverage of the event back then. And it may have something to do with what Bob's going to talk about later with the 1952 sighting.